Hello everyone, hope y'all are doing well. I got another car ride chat. I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the support and all the love on my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm going through some crazy times and some crazy transitions right now, and so it really helps a lot when you take the time to like make comments and things like that. Is the road closed? Okay, we're good. I totally forgot. Like yesterday I was going this way and the road was closed, and it took me like, I'm still learning this city, so it took me a minute to figure out how to get to the expressway. But anyway, I did want to say real quick before I get into the topic that I am still doing Shamanic Journey. And I'm actually going to keep the price at $25 until fall, until the new season. So even though I'm like crazy busy right now, I'm going to book people out. If you're interested, just email me. And yeah, just email me. And we'll get you scheduled. I have another video on my channel that explains that, so I'm not going to get into it. Just look for it. I think it's called Shamanic Journeys, as a matter of fact. But yeah, so what I wanted to talk about is women and healing. So there's like a big controversy with women not wanting to heal, or saying that they're not going to do it, or that that's not all they're here for. And yeah, okay, true. That's not all you're here for. But the nature of the divine feminine is healing. Not that men don't heal, but for right now, I'm talking to women, and that's primarily who visits my channel. And I don't know, it's on my heart to speak about it because I feel like women don't know how to heal right in a way that does not affect you emotionally, spiritually, mentally. People don't know how to. And so let's talk about it. So commonplace, like common thing, especially in a community of hypersexuality, people think that the way you heal men is by having sexual relations with them. I have heard some women say, like all I attract is broken men. Everybody I get, and it's like, then you fix them and then they leave. Or some of them don't actually want to do the work, and this is that and the other. So let me explain that. Men are acting 100% in alignment when they seek women for healing. Okay? We are acting out of alignment when we say no. We are the mothers, we are the nurturers, we are the menders of the planet. It's your duty to heal people who come to you for healing. How you choose to do it is your decision. When you choose to do it is your decision. But denying to do it all together is blocking your blessings. So I'm going to share a little bit about myself, because at first I thought that you heal people with your bodies too. Shit. It is closed. It's still closed this way. Hold up. Let's see if I can remember how I got wherever I got to yesterday without being late today. I don't somehow, like, it's supposed to be 45 minutes for me to get to work, and I can be like in my own city pedaling around not knowing where I'm going or what I'm supposed to be doing, and still get to work by 9. I don't even know how it happens. I must be like flying. Anyway, my first relationship in life period was with someone who was very broken, right? He had like severe PTSD and all this other kind of stuff, which is a lot to handle for a 19-year-old, but it was like second nature to me. I knew that this is what I need to do. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't bother me. But like maybe the second person who came to me for that, I was just like, yo, this is something, you know what I mean? Like, that's when I wasn't aware or, versed on spirituality at all. So I wasn't aware of what was actually happening. I just knew that my energy was being used. And I started to pick that up on a lot of people. And here I am dating these people and realizing, like, this person is just here for my energy, not just sexual energy. Sexual energy is highly powerful. It's a very healing thing. However, I don't know. I think I'm gonna follow this person. I go with y'all. It's a very healing thing, but it can be a very draining thing, right? And so as I've gotten older, I realized something that I didn't get when I was younger because no one told me. Your presence alone as a female, as a woman, sitting in your divine feminine power is healing. You have these women who are walking around like men, like all pumped up and boisterous and boasting and bragging, and these are masculine behaviors, right? You have these women who are behaving like this, and without realizing that your power is in your softness, your power is in your femininity, your strength is in your femininity. It doesn't make you weak to be soft. And when men encounter that sort of energy, automatically it softens the what I call fire energy, because I always liken men to being more like fire and air, and women being more like water and earth. We're very water is emotion, right? It's spirit. We're connected to spirit. And earth as in we can be grounded, we can make decisions in wisdom, right? But men, they have that fire energy. They have to do. And with air, they're in their thoughts. They're more logical. And so you have to work in your element. And the elements are meant to complement each other, right? So when I get next to a man, he could be going through anything in his life. You know what I mean? You don't know what people are going through. Life could be going quite crazy for them. They could be very hectic. They could be behind on bills, got health problems to deal with, got children to deal with, got a baby mom to deal with. They got it, whatever they got to deal with. And it's like when they encounter feminine energy, they know it and they soften. I remember one time I was taking the public transportation in Baltimore, right? And I had to go to, I don't know, they told me I had to do a test and it could only be done at this particular location. So I realized, okay, the bus goes out there. So I took the bus out there. And when I tried to take the bus back, the bus wasn't there. So I just got on the first bus because I was already waiting for like an hour. And I was like, yo, I'm not sitting out here in South Baltimore no more. Like, I gotta go. And so I got on the bus. And then apparently it was like the wrong bus when I asked the bus driver. And he has such an attitude. And if you live in Baltimore, like, listen, they do not care. They don't care. And I was just like, I'm really sorry, but I was following Google and I don't know how to get back home. And I told him, he was like, where you live at? And I was like, Northeast. And he was like, what are you doing out here? You know, like all upset and like clearly annoyed and irritated. And then I was like, can you help me? And when I said, can you help me? Like his entire expression changed. And he's like, it's actually my break time right now. And he's like, but I'm not gonna make you sit outside in the hot sun. Just go in the back where the cameras aren't at. Just go in the back of the bus and sit down. And then he just kept looking at me in the mirror, like as if I was an alien, and just kept staring at me in the mirror. And then when the time came, like, he's like, I'll let you know when to get off and whatever. He had his lunch or whatever. And when we got in like downtown or whatever, he called me up to the front, and then he's like, sweetheart, you need to take this bus and this is that and other, and you need to be careful. Like, don't do that again. And I was like, thank you. And he smiled at me. And like, this person was just so stoic and so serious and so angry and frustrated. Like, that's how a lot of them are. But it was just like, I started to understand that your presence is a gift, and you remaining soft, not getting hard with people or getting, you know, upset and matching their energy, because women have a bad tendency to keep matching men's energy and acting like you're gonna fight them and things like that. That's not how you do it. It's not how it's done. When we continually be our soft feminine selves, that water energy, that earth energy grounds these men that are in poor states of health or in poor states of mind, in poor states of being. If you have sex with, yeah, it heals them, but they have no connection to you. A lot of them just want their healing and they just want to go. They're not necessarily looking to partner up with someone that healed them. Number one, they're beneath you. And I don't mean that in a uppity way. I'm just saying a lot of the times the person that you heal, like relationships can be healing and on a certain level, but if you're up here and that person is down here, like, and they feel like you healed them and they can move up, they're not going to move up with you because they're embarrassed, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't see it as right or wrong. It's just generally the person that heals you or brings you out of a broken nature is not the person that is always meant to be with you. And so I'm gonna give some more examples. I had a coworker who was just always flirting with me, and after a while I started to realize, like, this person doesn't want anything, or this person has some issues and he's not trying to say so or something. Like, I started to realize something was, you know, not there, but he was making like he was flirting with me. Like, sometimes a person can be physically attracted to you and they're not realizing themselves that they're spiritually attracted to you, that they're coming towards you not because they find you to be so sexy, it's because you got that healing that they need. You know what I mean? And I remember one day I shared lunch with him because he didn't have any lunch at all. And he kept talking about how he was so hungry and he was so broke and this is that and other, and how he's tired of eating noodles and now he don't have money for noodles. And I remember sharing my food with him, and I shared food with him for like, I don't know how long. And at some point in time, he had money. You know what I mean? His money started to get up. But it was healing to him to eat a home-cooked meal. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to deny that healing to anyone. I had another friend that I used to just hold hands when we would hang out or something. Sometimes men need affection. And it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't need to mean anything. We put, as women, we get, you know, excited. You start thinking that it's something, and sometimes it doesn't need to be anything but that conversation with you. It doesn't need to be anything but someone to talk to. It doesn't need to be anything but a hug. It doesn't need to be anything but a meal. We have to learn to start healing with ourselves and stop presenting ourselves as sexual beings all the time. People get that confused, I feel like, a lot, and then they feel like as if they're being used when you're not being used. That's the way you presented yourself. And a man isn't doing anything wrong, just like we should expect them to protect and provide for us. But the only way men, they're really not out of alignment at all. The only way a man is going to protect and provide for you is if you want to be protected and provided for. I'm saying this with a slight smile on my face because I've seen so many women like, oh, I don't need no man, and this is that and the other, like they're going off, or he won't pay my bills, and this is that and the other. You didn't express a need. If you act like you don't need them, guess what? They really don't want you. Like, men need to be needed. And not to mention, like, some men are all so on point, I can't even explain it to you. Like, women tend to think like, oh, a man is into me and all this other kind of stuff. And how do I want to explain it? Sometimes they're just feeling you out. They will test you. Men never, you know, that childhood nature where you just kind of test your parents, right? Like, where they tell you do something and you like, let me see if I can do this a little bit and see if they're gonna notice. You know what I mean? Like, let me see if I can get away with this. Men are like that. They don't never grow up. That's just their nature. That's how they are. And when you start to look at it in adult ways, you will understand the ways that you're going to be tested, and you will start to pass the test. They are just filling you out all the time for what they can and can't do. That's a dating thing. But in real life, like, you have to learn to understand when people are broken. When you see somebody who drinks all the time, when you see somebody who self-medicates, as in taking pills, as in smoking weed like they crazy, you know what I mean? You see somebody whose house is disorganized, somebody who can't keep a job. When you meet these broken men, don't take care of them. Provide them healing. You know what I mean? Like, I see it so ass backwards all the time, where so many women are just like, oh, well, it's man, whatever, they want to be with me, and they're in the house playing video games. That's not healing them. That's not getting them on point. You know what I mean? You have to encourage them gently. You have to inspire them with your own way of being. But you have to also have boundaries and limits, and say, like, we can't be this until you this. I don't want you like that. But if you need something, let me know. And I've done that plenty of times in my lifetime. And so that's why I wanted to make this video. It's getting a little long. But I felt like I needed to share that information, because I feel bad for the women who kind of like go through the process of being in a relationship, or thinking that they're in a relationship with someone, when really you're just being seeked out for healing. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to share. I have even been on dating apps and met people, and before I know it, they're asking me, do I provide a healing service or some sort. Like, I've met people who are my clients, right? So you need to sit in that nature, and you need to be comfortable with that. Not anxious for a relationship, but comfortable with male-female relationships in that way. And knowing that you are that water and that Mother Earth at the same time, right? You have the ability to heal. And only you can tame the fire, right? Only you can harness the wind and get it to go in the right direction. We have that power as women, we just don't utilize it. And if men being their carnal selves, like, if you continuously offer flesh, that's what they're going to do. Continue to live in the flesh and continue to consume more flesh, right? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for now, because this video is long. But please get at me. Let me know if y'all have any questions or comments. Let me know what you think about it. And have a good one.